Okay, I've got a question here, and let's see. This is definitely statistics, right? So it says in the grid below, we've got how many letters? 7. And we need to fill in this 7 letters, but we do have information for us to use. Okay, A, B, C, D, blah, 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 blah. The maximum is 42. Okay, one important thing that I read here is that they said that no value in the set is repeated. That's very key. Okay, the maximum value is 42. Which one? Hold on. They said in increasing what? Order. So A should be the smallest, while G should be the big. All right, so the first statement says the maximum value is 42. Which letter are we looking at? So G is 42, maximum, because it's in increasing what? Order. We okay? Maximum. Second one, the range is 35. What is range? The definition of range. Highest minus lowest. Or maximum. Okay, so what is range? 35. What is the highest value? 42 minus the lowest. Which is our lowest? A. So what would you do to get A? Okay, you do that. 7. When they tell me to subtract. A is 7. So we're moving. So basically now you understand what range is. Maximum minus minimum when we talk about statistics. The median is 23. How many numbers do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So which one is in the middle? D. So we have this as 23. So we're not doing bad so far. We're not doing bad so far. Okay. The difference between the median and the upper quartile is 14. How do we get the upper quartile? Let's check something here. Which one is in the middle? Our middle is this one, right? Okay. Now, there's a formula that works as well when you say quartiles. Q1, normally your Q1 is 1 over 4 into bracket n plus 1. All right? Q2 is, we can say 2 over 4 n plus 1 second. Q3 is 3 over 4 n plus 1. So you have your lower quartile, your median, and your upper. Let's go back and check. How many terms do we have here? We said 7, right? So if we come here for Q2, let's just check. 2 over 4, 7 plus 1. That is 8, right? What would that give us? That gives us number 4. So this is talking about position. Is that okay? So if you look at, which is the median, we are saying the median is in the 4th what? Position, and it worked for us. What's the 4th position? D. Now, what do you think the upper quartile would be? 3 over 4 into bracket 7 plus 1, which is what? 8. That will give us what? 6. It means the 6th one is our what? Upper quartile. Are we together? The 6th position. Yes. No, I didn't square. I divided. It's just a 2. 3 times 2, 6. Okay, it just looked like as if I squared. All right, so let me do it nice. This is what you see. Is that fine? So the 6th is my what? Upper quartile. Let's see. Which one is the 6th? F. Are we together? My F is Q what? 3. Okay, let's now make sense out of this. The difference between the median and the upper quartile, what is that saying? Q2 minus Q3 equals, no, it should be the other way because it's ascending order, right? Q3 minus Q2 equals to what? 14. What's our Q3? F. What's our Q2? 23 equals to what? 14. What is F? Why 9? 37. 37. All right, I'm sure you quickly learned one or two things there again, right? That the position can be calculated as that. And if you don't want to use that formula, let me show you what to do again. When we broke down this into 2, D was the halfway, right? Now, how many numbers do we have left on top, on the upper part? 1, 2, 3. We look for the half of that again. That's our Q3. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. Break it down into 2, you get your median. So you've divided it into 2 halves. Find the other half of the upper. That will give you a Q3. Okay, are we okay so far, everybody? We're looking good? What's next? The interquartile range is... I think I should make a note of all of these things properly. Can we go back and say, I want us to have a page of everything we've said. Range is what? Maximum minus minimum. We all got that, right? What else did we talk about? Then we spoke about the position. All right? Position of my quartiles. Position of quartiles. For Q1, we said 1 over 4 into bracket n plus 1. For Q2, 2 over 4 into bracket n plus 2. For Q3, 3 over 4. But mind you, n plus 1. Okay, I'll just sort that out. N plus 1. But remember, all of these are talking about what? Positions. Okay? What else did we pick up from here? Don't worry, let me finish this page. What else did we pick up? Now we're dealing with what? Interquartile what? Range. IQR will be Q3 minus Q1. Remember, range is highest minus lowest. Now, when I say interquartile, it means the range within the quartiles. And the highest quartile is Q3. The smallest quartile is Q1. So, interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. Do you think we can get that there quickly? Okay, I'll show you how to get your outlier. Okay, guys. Okay, so this is our rough page where we're doing our work, right? Where are we now? Interquartile range is Q3. What did you say? Q3. Okay, so 22 equals to Q3 minus Q1. What is our Q? Did we get Q3 already? Okay, 22 equals to 37 minus what? Q1. What is our Q1? 50. All right, 15. Now, the question is, which letter is our first quartile? If you follow what I did earlier on. Which letter is Q? 1 over 4 n plus 1. What is n? There are 7 of them. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 divided by 4, 2. It means the second one. So our B is what? 15. We close. Almost done. Right? Now they said E is equal to 2C. Smart. They know we don't have C. All right. E equals to what? To C. The last would help us. The mean is 25. If we add everything together and divide by 7, it should be equal to 25. So what are we adding? 7 plus 15, 22. Okay, we'll come back to the C. 22 plus 23 would give us 40. I'm just adding now because of the mean. 47. 47 plus 37 would give us 84. 84 plus 42 would give us 126. And 126 plus 3c, because we're adding everything together. What did I say? 120? 126 plus 3c. How many do we have? It's 194. Okay. Please, can you add and let's confirm? 120? 124. 124 plus what? 3c over what? Should be equal. The mean is 25. You do the maths, do the honors. Ritumeti, which section should I repeat? C is 17. Please do the maths and confirm. And if that is 17, that is 34. Done with A, B, C, D, E. All right, if you have, okay, there's a question here to say, if you have an even set of number, then your 1 over 4 n plus 1 would fall as a decimal, like 13 comma something. All you need to do is to add the 13th and the 14th together. I'll do an example. All right, so when you have, for example, if you have two numbers in the middle, what do? You add the 2 together and divide by 2. That's all. Okay. In calculating C, they told us E is 2C. And they gave us the mean. What is the mean? Let's understand what mean is again. Mean is sum of everything over what? N. Add. Remember summation, sigma notation, right? We add everything together. 7 plus 15 plus C plus D plus 2C plus 37 plus 42. And divided by 7 would give us 25. The mean is 25. And that's how we got our C. All right. Arithmetic, follow the position. It will help you. We did all of the positions. Q1, Q2, and Q3. That will help you with the positions. Your Q1 is that, your Q2 is that, and your Q3 is that. If you check Q3, we got 37. Can somebody remember how? All right, we're just following all the maths. I don't remember what we did. All right, 37 here. It said Q3 minus Q2 equals to 14. Where was that statement? Yeah. The difference between the median and the upper quartile is 14. So my Q2 is also called the median. So Q2 is also referred to as the median. So just follow all of this and remember what I said when we're preparing for paper 1. Change the statement into mathematics. You'll be fine. It's maths. Everything just requires you to read and change. So that was what we did in this question. We kept reading. The maximum value, we know that's G, 42. The range, highest minus lowest, is 35. We substituted and got what we wanted, right? Median is 23. We counted the one in the middle, or we used our position. Found that. The difference between... So make mathematics out of all the English. The difference between the median. And that's it. It wasn't that hectic if you know all the little nitty-gritties here. All right. Okay, this one, I just quickly chose this one. I want us to do a few stats on knowing how to use your calculator to get your mean and whatnot. Someone sent this question on the group. I don't remember. Some days ago. A few days. Someone sent this a few days ago. I don't remember. But I just remember the question where I was saying that there's a statement that did you read? It was you. Yeah, that did you read? Okay. So, like I'm saying, I think I should. Okay, I'll tell you the formula. Just remind me. There's a formula for getting there. Outlier. All right. Let me do that. I'll do that when I deal with scattered diagram and do all of those things at once. Yeah. Okay, let's quickly check this one. This is called a group. Look, here I want us to pick our marks as quickly as possible. A survey was conducted among 100 people about the amount that they paid on monthly basis for their cell phone contract. The person carrying out the survey calculated the estimated mean. Now, guys, before we get deep into the question, do we know how to calculate mean of a group data? Look, okay, before let's have a small note here. Okay, mean. Let's quickly have a small note, 5 minutes note here also. Mean of what? A grouped data. Step 1 is to find X. And what is your X? The midpoint of class what? Interval. The midpoint of your class what? Interval. That will not be given in most cases. We need to find it. Step 2 will be to use your calculator. Step 2, input value in your calculator. But make sure that the frequency is on. And that I'm going to check everyone's calculator right now quickly. I need us to switch that frequency. That frequency needs to be on. Frequency must be on your calculator. All right. Step 3. When you input everything, what do we press? After inputting, we press AC. Okay? Then we press what? Shift. Something is wrong. Before we input in the calculator. Okay. Just 1 second. No. Mode stats. Okay. Let's do this. We said frequency must be on, right? Okay, so let's say we say mode. Then we say what? Stat. Is that fine? Then we put in our values, input. Then we say what? AC. Go for shift. Statistics is 1. Then we go for what? VAR. And then we look for our mean. There's something. Yeah. VAR. Yeah, that's it. Well, with some you can get your Q, you can get your Q1, Q2 with some of these calculators. All right? But this is the basic thing here. And I want us to practice this quickly. I am going to change the whole spec of this question. All right? Just for us to be able to do this, then we go back and calculate our missing values. Everybody, please press mode. Let's check something on your calculator. Let's be on the same page right now. Get your calculators, mode, and start. Mode start, press 1. If your calculator is showing this, the frequency is off. If your calculator is having exactly what I have, and I'm walking around, I'm seeing everyone's calculator looks exactly like mine. Fumani's frequency is on. Awesome. Okay, frequency on here. Your frequency is also on. Lovely. Let's switch on the frequency. How do we switch on the frequency? Guys, let's go back to mode. No. Sorry. Shift, mode, Okay, let us all be here. I'll go back so that we all do it at the same time. Shift, mode. That's the setup. We should all be here right now. Now, use the cursor button, go down. You should get to this page. Statistics. 3. Frequency on or off. Switch it on. 1. And we're done. Now, if we go back to mode, stats, VAR, it has changed. The frequency, please, let's make sure that is on. Frequency should be on. Is it on now? Can I please check those of you at home? Is your frequency on now? Quickly, please respond. Respond. Right. Now, okay, now that we have all that on, let's quickly do a little practice. Let's do a little practice. Biggie. Let's practice quickly with this question. I just want us to practice, then we'll get these values later. I'm just going to throw in numbers for now. All right? So don't worry about the 309. Let's put 10 there, and let's put 4 there. Okay, all right. Let's use 24 and 16. 24. No, you're not listening. Because I did explain my figures, right? I said I'm just going to put values for now, so I will just calculate mean. All right? Okay, so now we just want to walk through this and show everybody how to get the mean. Okay, since we're using the values they gave us, we should be getting 309. Is that okay? So it's just to show us how to get the mean. The first thing, guys, is to find the midpoint. What is 0 plus 100? Divided by 2? 50. That's my midpoint. That serves as my x. What's your next midpoint? That's 100 plus 200 to give us what? 300. Divided by 2? 150. So already I see the difference of what? 100. All right. So what would the next one be? 250. Next one? 350. 450. All right. We okay? That must be done by everyone. Now let's go to our calculators. Everybody. Mode. Let's do it together. Mode. Stat. Okay, my frequency I know will be off right now. I'm just quickly going to put mine on again. 3, 1. Okay, mode. So mode, stats, variant. So we all started from here, right? So can we put in our values? Are you done? Put in the values. The first value is 50. First value is 50. What do we do? Equals to. So you go to 150 equals to 250. Please be careful with the values. Stats, once you make a mistake, your answer will be wrong. 350. What do we have? 450. And what do we have? 550. Is that fine? Now, then I go back to my frequency and alter the value. What's the first frequency? 7. Next one, 12, 24, 35, 16, and 6. All right. What do I do after that? AC. then shift. People always ask, how do I remember shift 1? If you check 1, there's statistics written on it. So that's just what you do. Shift 1. Now what do we type? VAR, right? Just a second. Oh, I think I lost this one online. Okay, 5. And listen, if you want to check if your data is correct, you can quickly press 1. N is 100, which is what I have. Okay. Shift mode. No. The same way you would have gotten your mean. Yes. It's just for me to confirm that I have 100. All right. Sorry? The number of. Okay. So I do that just to make sure that I put all my data in correctly. I just check N. N is 100, and I know we have 100. It's just a little confirmation here and there. Right? N is 100. But what am I looking for now? We are looking for mean. 2 equals to 309. Are we okay, everybody? It's 2 marks, though. Sorry. Unfortunately, it's 2 marks. But it's 2 marks guaranteed for everyone, right? Okay. So I'm covered with saying we all know how to get mean now, right? Everyone is covered. But in this particular question, let's see. Zinta, you sent it. Did you now get it at the end of the day? Did you get it when I asked you to? I gave you steps. Okay. All right, let's see. Check this. This examiner is very tricky and sneaky and clever. What is 7? What's my total frequency? I should be getting what? 100. But I cannot get 100 because of A and B. So what is 7 plus 12? 19. 19 plus 35. Or 19 plus 6 would give me what? 25. 25 plus 35 would give me 60. So all these numbers would give me 60 plus A plus B should be equal to what? 100. Does that make sense? The total. Guys, and please understand, once you have 2 variables in maths, there is a second equation that you need to use. So what is this? This gives me what? A plus B is equal to 40. We are stuck there, kind of. We're going to do. When you have 2 variables, that I just said that right now, right? Every time you have 2 variables in maths, what do? Simultaneous. So there's a second equation lying somewhere. That's what we need to go and figure out now. And this time around, we cannot use our calculators directly because we don't even know what A and B is. But we know that the mean, check this. This is the frequency. Now, I need to teach you how to walk through it manually. So already we said A plus B equals to 40. We all okay there? Now, I need to teach you how to walk through manually. If I don't want to use a calculator to get my mean, what would I do? I have my X, right? And I have my F times X. All right, let's multiply. 50 times 7. 350. Are you with me? Let's do this together. 150 times 12. What do you have? 1,800. 250 times A. 250A. What else do we have? 350 times 35. 2. 0. Leslie, you're watching. 450 times B. 450B. What is 550 times 6? 3,000 what? 300. Are we okay? Now, one thing we know for mean of a group data, it will be sum of fx over sum of f. So already I have this. It means we need to add all of these things. Can we add? Please don't add the 250 of the A and the B. We are saying sum of f times x. Just omit the 250 and the 450. All right. So our mean we're given as what? 309, right? We're given 17? Okay. Plus 250A plus 450B over what? Over 100. Okay, please let me know if we are okay here. We're just working it out manually now. But we cannot do anything because we don't have A and we don't have what? B. So it remains as variables. We okay? Can we simplify that? What do we do? Cross multiply and subtract. What are we going to get? If you cross multiply, 30900. If I bring the 17,7 here, 17,700 equals to what? 250A plus 450B. What would that give you, baby? 13,200 equals to what? 250A plus. Oh, so we have our second equation. What was the other equation? 40. Just, all right, the choice is yours on how you want to solve this. Okay. You are going to do it. I'll give you 3 minutes or so. Please solve A and B. I ain't going to do this work for you. Let's solve A and B simultaneously and let's confirm. Everybody, we're confirming now. Guys, are we up? Okay, I'm waiting. Simultaneous. All right, so solve simultaneously and we are done. Okay. Now, write down the modal class. Write down the modal class for the data. Modal class is the class with the highest what? Frequency. So, mode. Highest what? Frequency. Which one is the highest frequency? Is that fine? But we don't write 35. We want the modal what? Class. So what do we write? 300. All right. On the grid provided, let's quickly discuss our cumulative frequency. All right. We'll do that and then we go on to other business. We'll do line of regression tomorrow. So we split everything. Okay. And then we'll deal with what? Box and whisker tomorrow as well. Okay. Guys, how do we sketch our cumulative frequency? I'll give you. I'll give you simple notes again on sketching what? Cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency curve. Step 1. Add your cumulative what? Frequency. Do we know how to calculate frequency? Okay, let's practice that quickly. What will be your cumulative frequency? The first one. Okay, can I just create a column here? What's the first one? 7. What was A again? Let's fill this. This one is 24 and this one is 16. So we add 12 plus 7, 19. 24 plus 19, 43. 35 plus 43, 78. 16 plus 78, 94. 94 plus 6, 100. So we add our cumulative what? Frequency. We okay with that? We okay? All right. What else? We plot. Guys, to plot a graph, we need X and Y, right? What are your X's and what are your Y's? Okay, X is the upper what? Limit. And what is your Y? Your cumulative what? Frequency. X is your upper limit and your cumulative frequency is your Y. And that's how it works. So if you look at this, can we extract our X and Y together? Let's extract. So what are we going to plot? X and Y. Talk to me. Upper limit of your cumulative frequency. It's 100. All right. Okay, what's going to be my Y? Cumulative frequency will be what? 7. Next one? 200. I hope we are together. 19. What's the next one? 343. 478. 594. 600. 100. Are we okay? X and Y. Upper limit versus your cumulative what? Frequency. Number 3, I'll answer your question now. Number 3, we ground our graph at the what? First lower what? Limit. In this case, what is my graph starting from? Oh, I moved away from the question. What is my graph starting from? 0. Guys, for grounding, it's 1 mark. For grounding, it is what? 1 mark. Mary, which one are you asking for clarification on? Let me know, be specific. We ground, right? Where do we ground? At 0. If it was 10, we ground at 10. If it was 500, we ground at 500. There's 1 mark on that spot. Okay? And then your cumulative frequency graph. I heard Leslie saying something very important. It's what? An S shape. Kind of. Please don't use a ruler. And when you sketch a graph that is not S-shaped, just know you are wrong. Okay. I won't say anything, baby. Are we okay, guys? And that's... I wish I remember where this question came from. We're going to get the grid and sketch the graph. But I'm sure everyone can sketch a graph now, right? It's S-shaped. And how many people paid more than 420? What do? You trace it on the graph. 2019. Okay, so I can get the grid and then we can sketch the graph together. All right, please let's take a note of that. Did you get it? 2019 what? November. Okay. I'm going to get a graph for us to sketch. Here is it, Mas. 2019 November. Oh no. I don't think, if I don't have the answer booklet, then I won't be able to. Okay, I think I do have. Lovely. Okay, guys, let's quickly sketch this so that we all see what to do. There we go. There we go. All right, guys, here we go. Let's sketch this together so that I don't keep moving forward and back. Let me copy what I have here so that we know we're done with this. Everyone is okay. All right, guys, can we sketch together quickly? Let's plot. Let's plot. 100 is to what? 7. Please, it's important that you count correctly. How many boxes are there? I'm sure there are 10. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Duh. All right, so if it's 5, each is what? 2. So 2, 4, 6, 7 should be right in the middle there, right? So that's my first one. Let's use an X there. What's next? 219. It's 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 is right in the middle there. Are we okay? 300 should be what? 43. So we have 40, 42, and 43 there in the middle. 400 should be 78. 72, 4, 6, 8. And then 500 should be what? 94. There we go. And 600 should be what? 100. Now, before you start sketching, please look at this. What is my root? 0. So you go and mark off 0 there. And then you now sketch. Okay? Is that fine with you? Okay. Now, when they give you a graph, please look at this. The biggest distance or the biggest gap would represent your modal class. So in case they don't give you the table, so check the distance there. That's where we have the widest gap, right? The widest gap represents what? The mode. And if you check here, do you see it's between 300 and what? 400. Let's see what we answered that. Between 300 and 400. It's 4 marks for free here. How many people paid more than 420? Please, let's read carefully. More than 420. We go to the graph, right? Rand. 420. Our rand is on the X. Is that okay? So we look for 420. 410, 420 is right here. Please, always use a ruler. Show the dotted lines. Please. 420. And then we... Yes, sir. You don't think? Oh, it's on the second one. Thank you, Leslie, for the vote of confidence. Yeah, ne? Yeah, it's personal. It's personal today. It's okay. I'll tell you now that I'll be personal. It's just 2 more classes. All right. So that's it, right? There we go. Is that fine? But they said more than 420. So we are dealing with something that is above. Now, can we read that? This is going to be 80 what? 82, I think. Okay, please, guys, if they say more than, we are actually focused on this other part. More than 420. Okay. And the people? We're looking at more than, which is this side. And this side is what translates to be on this side. So, what's going to be more than? 100 minus 82. 100 minus 82. What's your answer? 18. And we are done. Please show the dot on the graph with a ruler. Just mark it off. Very important that you show that off, and then you're cool. Are we okay, everybody? We got our 18 marks quickly there. All right, I hope you're okay. Mary, I hope you're okay now. Okay, let's move on. We have one analytical here. Can we, yes? You okay? Any question? All right, look at the next question. Let's do this together, guys. In this particular one, you are going to do most of the calculations. So when we go to question 1, you do it with mark like that. Sketched is a circle with center N, AB, where N is in the 4th quadrant and lies on the line. Let's take note of the statement. It lies on the line y equals to minus 2x plus 4. The circle touches the y axis at R. Please look for R quickly. It touches at R. Look for R. P and Q are the x-intercept of the circle. P and Q. Make sense there? You see, when I read, I look for those points so that I can relate quickly. P and Q. PQSW is a cyclic rectangle. It's a rectangle in a circle, which means it's a cyclic quad. Okay. T, which is 3 and 1, lies on the circle. Where is T? All right. Okay, but they said it lies on. So it's somewhere. So, guys, we've assimilated all the information. Now, let's go and start. It says, write down the coordinate of R in terms of B. Please, I'm going back to the question now, right? Write down the coordinate of R in terms of B. The coordinate of R in terms of B. What do we know about R? What do we know about R? It's on already, just by reading, it's on the y-axis. What do we know? The x value is 0. So y is B. I don't know if it makes sense. Because if we look at this, your x is there and your y is here. Which one represents your x? A. Which one represents your y? B. So the coordinate of R, it's there. X-intercept. It's the intercept, right? So what do we have? X is 0. Y is B. We are done. 2 marks. By just simple reading. We okay? Simple reading. Just follow through the process. Show that B plus 2A equals to what? 4. Show that B plus 2A. Look, we are dealing with B and A. Just check where B and A lies. They are on that line. My y value is b. My x value is a. And we have the equation of a line there, right? Oh, so y equals to minus 2x plus 4. But what is my y? B. What is my x? A. Can we move that over? What do we have? B plus 2a equals to 4. We're done. Observation. No, just need to observe. Okay, did it make sense though? It's about studying the point and then we get through the answer. They're asking for A and B. A and B is the center of the circle, but at this point we don't even know anything about the circle and we know it's on a line. We then substitute. Okay, Mary, I hope you are okay. Show that the coordinates of n are what? 3 and negative 2. Okay, it means they want us to get the value of A and they want us to get the value of B. Okay, let's see. Since it is a circle, we know the equation of a circle, right? What's the equation of a circle? X minus A squared plus y minus B squared equals to what? R squared. Your X and Y is a point on the circle where A and B are the center of the circle. Do we have a point on this circle? We have T. You see, you guys, we read, but most of you forgot that now that there was T. They said T, 3 and 1, lies on the... So I know my X and my Y. What is my X? 3. So 3 minus A squared plus, what's my Y? 1 minus B squared. What do you think the radius of this circle is? Radius is from the center to the circumference. It's B. Talk to me. It's B, right? Yes. From the center to the circumference there. So what do we have? B what? Squared. I think we will just, can we just expand this and see where it takes us? It's going to be long. Yeah, we're going to substitute. We are still going to substitute. We're going to substitute either B or A, but I think B would be easier to substitute. But whether you substitute or not, you are still going to expand. Which formula? T. Yeah. No, we already substituted X and Y. The only thing remaining is A and B, which is the center of the circle. Yo? R. It's from the center. Check your A. It didn't get there. Radius must be from the center to the what? Circumference. We okay? What is the radius of a circle? How do you measure the radius of a circle? Just the normal circle. Don't even do, let's go to grade 8. Center of the circle. Where do we measure radius? What is the radius of a circle? It's from the center to where? But check. This one is not touching. It stops here. So this part is missing. But check, from here to here, it touches. So B becomes my radius. A, there's a missing part there. It must touch the circle. Here. Oh, wait. From here. Did I make him? Okay, wait. Yeah, I used the, it's supposed to be A. So my bad. Because from here to here is horizontal. You're right. Okay, my bad there. Because the vertical, this is my B. Make sense? You're right. Thank you for seeing that. So the radius is from here to here, this whole length, right? And this whole length is what? The x value, which is what? A. Thank you. Make sense? You're right. No, R is still fine, 0 and B, because we're looking at the height there. That one is still fine. All right, thank you. So we have A squared. Now, no matter how lazy we are or tired we are or how very reluctant we have to expand. Fahima doesn't want to expand. We don't have a choice. Let's do it quickly. Let's expand. What do we have? 9 plus A squared. What else? 1 minus 2B plus B squared equals to what? A squared. Now, from here, what do we know? B is equal to what? 4 minus 2A. Still a long one. What do we have? 9 minus 6A plus what? A squared plus 1 minus 2. What is our B? 4 minus 2A. Are we fine? Plus 4 minus 2A squared. Can I just throw that in quickly? 4 times 4 would be what? 16. Or let me just write it so that, because I see I'm still going to have to do one other line. A squared. Okay, what do we have? 9 minus 6A plus what? A squared plus 1. Can we expand? Minus 8 plus 4A. Good. 4 times 4. 16 minus, what do I have? 4 times 2, 8 times 2. 16A plus what? 4A squared minus A squared equals to what? 0. So the only thing we have left is what? A. Okay. I think this would go. Is that fine? What else? Is there the other A squared? It's just 4A squared, right? All right. So what do we have? 4A squared. Let's deal with the A's now. 6. 4 minus 6 will be what? Minus 2. Minus 16 will be minus 18. What about the constant? 9 plus 1, 10. 10 minus 8, 2. 9 plus 1, 10. Minus 8, 2. Plus 16, 18. Do we agree? Equals to what? 0. What do we do? We cannot divide by 4. Okay, all right, you factorize. Get me A quickly. Let's get A. Let us get A. Everybody, quickly. Let's get A. Three. Zahir, we just did algebra. We just added. Add all the A's. Use a calculator to add, Zahir. Use a calculator to add all the A's. Just add negative 6 plus 4 minus 16. Please use a calculator. What's your answer? A equals to what? 3 or what? So examiner wanted us to prove that 3. But please show your substitution when you do that. So we have our 3 already. Since we have our 3, can we then get our B? B equals to what? 4 minus 2 multiplied by what? 3. What's your answer? So our A is 3 and our B is what? So which are the coordinates of N? 3 and negative what? 2. Is that what they ask us to do? Yes, 6 marks in the bag.
So when I did this question, right, I
gradient of what? Okay, then what did you do? I'm listening. Okay, if it's not working, just go for the other method. Because you're going in cycles now. So when it cancels out, you are actually revolving around one equation. It's the same equation. So the gradient there, written as -2, is the same b. So you are moving around one equation. All right, guys, are we okay with the 6 marks? All right, very beautiful. Write down the length of the radius of the circle. We know the radius is what? A. Is that fine? So what's the radius? 3 units. Once you get that, then I think the rest is just playing around with information. Calculate the x coordinates of P and Q. Answer to... okay, what do you know about P and Q? All right, they are the x what? Intercept. What do we know? Y therefore should be equal to what? 0. Do we know the equation of the circle right now? Yes. I want us to write down the equation of the circle. What do we know? Our A is what? 3, and our B is -2. So what's the equation of the circle? X minus 3 squared plus y plus 2, right? What's our radius? 3 squared. Make sense? That's the equation of the... But we are now looking for x-intercept. We know y should be equal to what? 0. All we need to do is to substitute what? Y as 0. So what do we have? X minus 3 squared plus 0 plus 2 squared equals to what? 9. All right. X minus 3 squared. What will this give us? 4. If we move that over that side, what do we have? Okay, so it gives us what? 5. Make sense? All right. I don't want to expand. I'm too lazy. X minus 3, therefore, is plus or minus square root of what? 5. If I look for the square root, I must use what? Plus or minus. You can expand. We're going to get the same answer. All right. So I know x minus 3 equals to root 5, or x minus 3 equals to what? Negative root 5. If I move this over, 3 plus root 5, or x equals to what? Minus root 5. Please put this in the calculators. Let's get our answer. Biggie, did my step confuse you? Yeah. What? What's your answer? I'm going to expand so you're comfortable. 5,24. Is it 1? 5,2. 0,8. But which one is P and which one is Q? We need to state. Let's go to the diagram. P is the one on the further end. All right. So my P is what? 5,2. So this is x of P, and this is x of what? Q. Make sense? So it's just the Swift. Just enjoy. Calculate the area of the shaded portion. Grade 8. How do we get the area of the shaded portion? Area of the circle minus area of the rectangle. Right? Sorry? No, they expect you to know it. You prepared for paper 1, remember? All right. Area of the shaded portion would be what? Area of circle minus area of rectangle. Now, what is the area of a circle? Pi r squared minus area. Area. Okay, can we work it out? Do we know our radius? Let's work together, please, everybody. Pi, what's our radius? 3. Minus. Now, what is the length here? Okay. We need this, right? And then we need that. How do we get this? Can we just subtract the values? What's our P? 5,2 minus 0,8. Do you understand why we're subtracting, guys? We're looking for the distance between that. What would that be? 4,4. Now, how do we get this part? No, okay, no. Is this a radius? No, it's not. But this height, do you know this? Remember this height? That's B. Not the radius. What's our B? -2. It means this is what? 2 units. Are we okay with that? And that will also be what? 2 units. So what's the total length there? 4. All right, calculators here. Get me answer quickly. Can we confirm that answer? Confirmed or unconfirmed? All right, are we okay, everybody? Okay, guys. Yes? All right, let's look at this. Let's solve this quickly. I want you to solve the first general solution for me. Everybody, guys, you have 5 minutes. First general solution. Everybody, please. Let's solve quickly. Please, let's I want us to do this general solution, everybody. I told you what to do when you see things like this. The A and the A's are the same. It's 1 1. So what do? Change either of them to sign or cos. We are using co-functions. Quickly, please. Let's try.
So please don't look at my work. I see why they don't like.
Okay, let's work it out now. Right, let me quickly get this done. All right, let's quickly get this done so that we save some time. Um, please be prepared to answer something like this. Now, please listen. Let me just quickly run through this. What I notice is it's 1 here, it's 1 there, right? Once you have 1 there, you can then change. Which one do you want us to change? Into? Okay. All right. So g of x. What's g of x? It says what? Sine x equals to what? Cos x plus 30. Okay, people, let's keep it down. Now we need to change either sine to cos. Changing is just basically 90. So if I want to change this, I'm going to write what? Cos. But once I say cos, just want to make that a bit thicker. Once I say cos, what happens? It becomes what? 90 minus, what do you have there? X. Equals to what? Cos x plus 30. Make sense? So you have cos on both. This becomes your reference what? And this is positive cos, right? Where are we? Quadrant 1 and quadrant what? Quadrant 1, it is just what? Ref angle. In quadrant 4, it is 360 minus ref angle. Once you get to that point, you are just done with general solutions. So let's go to quadrant 1. What are we solving for? 90 minus x. That's what we are solving. Equals to. Q1 is just the reference. What's the reference? X plus 30. Plus what? K 360. Can we do the algebra here? We bring that there. What do you have? Negative 2x. Can I take my 90 there? What do we have? Negative what? 60. Plus k what? 360. We divide by what? Negative 2. What do we have? X equals to what? 30 minus k 180. K being an element of integers. And we're done, guys. It's all just algebra remaining. What about Q4? What's our Q4? 360 minus the reference angle. That's, you know where we got that from? From our normal reduction formulas. But what are we solving for? 90 minus x equals to what? 360 minus, what's your reference angle? Remember the bracket. X plus what? 30 plus k what? 360. What do we have? 90 minus x, let's expand. 360 minus 30 will give us what? 330 minus x plus k 360. Everybody good? If I bring this here, what do you get? It cancels. So we say no what? Solution. Yes, your question, sir? In which case? You mean in this question or in any other question? Okay, look, it's very simple, Biggie. If I have sine x equals to 1 over 2, for instance, what is your reference angle? It's not 1 over 2. Which is 1 over 2. And that will give you what? 30. Is that fine? Now, I wanted to see this. I could have written this like this. Sine x equals to what? Sine 30. What's my reference angle? Does that make sense to you? So that becomes it's always easier that way. That becomes my reference angle. And you're done. Yes? 90 minus. Let's try. Let's change We change what now? We changed what? Sine to cos. Let's change cos to sine. Guys, we're just going to repeat the same process but working with a different what? Trig ratio. So I'm going to take all of this out. Okay. All right. So we said we should change. Okay, let me write the whole thing. What is g of x? Sine x equals to cos x plus. Remember earlier on we had changed sine, right? Now let's change cos. Sine x equals, I want to change, so I'm changing already. By saying what? Sine. Once I say sine, I must then say 90. That's what made me change. Minus, into bracket, x plus what? 30. And I'd like you to take your maths very simple and simplify. What do we have? Sine x equals to, can we open this bracket? 90 minus x, remember? Minus what? 30. Everybody with me? So what do we have? Sine x equals to sine. What do we have? 60 minus x. Take this immediately as your, because already it's sine, right? So what do we have? And it's positive. Q1 and Q what? Q, BB? Q2. It's ref angle here. It is 180 minus. I hope you remember where I'm getting all of those 180 minus from. So I'm solving for, this time around I'm solving for what? X. X equals to, what do we have? Ref angle. This is Q1. 60 minus X plus what? K 360. Can we move that there? What do we have? What do we have? 2x equals to what? 60 plus k what? 360. Can we divide? 30 plus k 120. K being an element of integer. 180. Are we done? Okay. What's the next quadrant? Q what? 2. What are we solving? We are solving for what? X. X equals to, what's our reference? 180 minus, what's the reference? 60 minus x plus k what? 360. What do we have? 180 minus 60 plus x plus k what? 360. By the time I move this here, what do I have? No what? Solution. We are done. And you, yes. Yeah, exactly what I wrote here. Yeah, it would give you, because basically you are looking for, basically you are saying shift sign of both sides. But I just prefer this way, and it just makes it work.
Because I never say sin x is equal to cos x, I say cos x is equal to sin x. I know I did wrong, but you know what I'm saying. And I don't use quadrants. I use that as a plus minus. And then one.
Anyway, guys, please, when you do your general solution, before you run away, confirm that your answer is correct. How do you confirm? Your x is what? 30. Guys, it says g of x equals to f of x, right? Let's put 30 here. That will give us cos what? 60. What is cos 60? Half. Lovely. Sine, I'm saying my x is 30. A half. That's the test. Always test before you move away from your... Are we okay, everybody? All right. I wish I would find another general solution question different from this. Something similar, but it's not similar. I don't understand this English.
Cos x minus 30 is equal to 2 sin x.
Okay, let's look at it. Guys, are we okay with what we did so far? All right, Tess is giving me a question here, and I would like us to engage with that question and check something different. I like something that is there. You said what? Cos? Cos x minus 30 is equal to what? Now, guys, check this.
And there was another one with a sine 2x.
So, wait. It's 2 sine x and sine 2x. Isn't it the same thing? No, 2 sine x means
They are different.
cos sine x.
Where's the 2? Yeah, this is 2 times sine x. This one says sine 2 times x. They are different.
My teacher once just moved the 2 over.
Okay, I'm sure there are different methods. Okay, but let's see what I would do here. Now, the problem is this looks like the other one, but the 2 is now giving us a problem. You cannot use co-functions now. If this 2 wasn't there, I would use co-functions because I told you it's now 1 and 1. When you use co-functions, those values must be the same. Even if it's, are you aware that if it's 2, 2, I can still use co-functions? Because the first thing is I'll divide both sides by 2. But this time around, there is a 2 here. I cannot use what? Co-functions. Look at what I'm going to do here. Just got this question now. I'm going to expand. That's the only logical thing to do. Using my compound what? Angles. Cos A minus B. Formula page. What would I have? Cos X. Work with me. Cos 30 plus, you know that formula, right? Sine X, sine 30 minus 2 sine X equals to what? 0. Now, guys, I can find cos 30. Cos 30 is root 3 over 2. So, root 3 over 2 cos X. Do we agree? Sine 30 is half, right? Half sine X minus 2 sine X equals to what? 0. Interesting here. Now, we don't have anything common to all the sides. So let's be careful here. All right? Now, these are now like terms, right? Half minus 2. So can we simplify that? What do we have? Root 3 over 2 cos X. What is half minus 2? Minus 3 over 2. Minus 3 over 2, what? Sine X equals to. Now, do you see I've got cos and sine only? I can move that back over to the other side. This is the only time you are allowed to divide. Never divide except you are going to get what? All right. To make life easy, you can also multiply across by 2. Does that make sense? If we multiply by 2, everything, including the 0, what do we have? Root 3 cos X minus 3 sine X equals to what? Remember, I have multiplied everything, including the 0, by what? 2. So if I move the sine X over, what do I have? Root 3 cos X equals to what? 3 sine X. I want to get 10 now. How do I get 10? Sine over cos. So divide both sides by cos. What do I have? Let's take it gradually. 3 sine X over what? Are we okay there? Okay, what would this give us? Root 3 equals to what? 3 tan X. Can we divide both sides by 3? Let's make it simple. Tan X equals to what? Root 3 over 3. Make sense? Now what do we do? Reference angle. Is that fine? What is my reference angle? Equals to what? 10. What do we have? Root 3 over 3. What is your answer here? 30. Now, please, for 10, you don't need to do all. Just need to do one quadrant. And remember, this is plus k what? 180. Okay, so we're done, right? So what is x? 30 plus what? K 180, where k is an element of integers. Guys, please, I hope this makes sense. And you see the difference between this and the first one. Okay, now I'm going to go back to where I changed cos. Can take a picture of this quickly. So this helps us to see when to use co-ratios and when not to use what? Co-ratios. I couldn't use co-ratios because of the 2 there. Make sense, everybody? Yes. All right. Now, this is where I changed cos. All right, please take pictures. Selfies included. All right, guys, I want us to sketch. Can we sketch? What are the steps of sketching, guys? Please, the most important thing is to understand your steps. I'm going to give you a quick revision again on the steps. All right? I am going to quickly show you again the revision of how to get your steps. How do we get and steps? If I have sine kx, cos kx, what's our step? What's our step? 90. But if I have what? 90 over 2. If I have sine cos 10 x plus or minus 30 x plus or minus 60, then my step becomes what? 30. If I have sine cos 10 x plus or minus 45, then my step becomes what? 45. Guys, please, the step will allow you to get certain things correct, and I'm going to tell you what that will help you get. If you have the right step, number one, you are going to get the correct what? X and y, let's just say correct intercept, which has a mark. Most importantly, you are going to have your correct turning points. Once your step is wrong, please, you are likely to have a wrong step. And don't be deceived. Don't be deceived when the examiner says, examiner has a graph, right? And they use 30, 30, 30. Don't automatically say that your step is 30. No. They use the step for their own graph. If your own graph is not in line with that step and you use their step, you'll be wrong. Recalculate your own steps. If an examiner gives you a graph, they have worked out with their own steps based on the type of equation that they have. They're asking you to sketch another graph. Recalculate your own. Your steps may be different. Like these functions are different. Different functions have different steps. Just make sure before you sketch, please get your own step. Let's sketch this function together. 6 marks. I want us to enjoy. We'll just deal with Euclidean tomorrow. All right? The proofs, all of those things, we'll do all of those tomorrow. Fumani? Sorry? What difference will it make? Sit home and work. All right. Now, what do we use? Calculator, right? Look at this graph. Do you notice? Okay, please, let's look at this. Do you notice for x plus 30, our step is different? What's our step for x plus 30? 30. What about sine x? What's the step? 90. Guys, the functions, we just follow through. All right. X plus going to be our my step is going to be cos x plus 30. It looks like this. It is x plus 30. What's your step? 30. We're done. It's fine. Please do it separately if the steps are different. All right. Can we quickly sketch? Guys, I need your calculators. Most of you are waiting for me to get answers, but I shouldn't be doing that. Yes? It allows you to get your turning point and intercept. Please, I need your calculators. I need us to work out the tables. Calculators now. Please, everybody. Calculators, we need the table. Calculators. Guys, I cannot keep pressing the calculators. You need to press. All right. So I am sketching the graph of cos x plus 30 now. Cos x plus what? 30. All right. What do we do? What's our I want to write it down. What do we say? Mode. We go to table, right? When you press table, it gives you f of x. Okay, so you press your f of x in as what? Cos, open bracket, x plus what? 30. Once you go on, then it gives you what? Start. Now, what is your start? Check your domain. That's your start, and that's the end. What is the start? Negative what? 180. Then it goes to end, which is what? Positive 180, right? Now we go for what? Steps. What's our steps? We said our step is what? 30. Please, can we punch all of this in and get an answer? Quickly. So I'll be waiting for your answer now. I'm just going to sketch. I'm just looking for something here. All right. So you all should have some values for me right now. Just trying to create something very standard. Okay, so we said our step is what, 30, right? So what do we have? 0. What do we have? 30, 60, 90, 1, 120, 150, 180. So we have what? Negative 30, negative 60, negative 90, negative 120, negative 150, and negative what? 180. All right. Quickly. Okay, so what do we have? From negative 180, please give me your answers now. Now, negative 0, Let me use this as 0.5. And use this as what? 1. Is that okay? Negative what? 0.5 and negative what? 1. So that the graph is not so small. All right. What do you have for negative 180? Which is somewhere here. Okay. Which is going to estimate that. Next one, negative 150. Negative 120. Negative 90. Negative 60. Negative 30. Now, you see, if you did not use 30, you are going to miss that turning point. Because your step, your turning point is at 30. So if you miss 30, you missed your turning point. That's why the steps are important. What is 0? 0.86. 30, 0.5. 60, 0. 90, 120. And then 150. And then you have that. So your graph becomes absolutely perfect. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, are we okay? What's wrong now? You cannot? Why? Just type it in. That's why that you follow. Check. It is X. Your X is right here. Alpha X plus 30. Okay, so quickly, let's all get it now. Let's all get it. Is this graph for you? That they have plus 30. As you stay here, you'll be wrong. You are going to miss turning points. So always find the new step for your graph. Okay, that's the question there. All right, can we now sketch sine x? What is our step for sine x? 90, basically. All right? It will still work here. Remember, it's k over, this is sine x. Your k is 1. So can we, everybody, let's pick our calculators again. Let's sketch. Let's go get our thing. What do we say again? Mode. Just quickly. Mode. What do we say? Mode. Table. It doesn't matter if it's f of x. It doesn't matter. No, okay. You see, the challenge of doing them both, if they are not of the same steps. You see, the step will help you to get your turning point and your x. If you miss the step, you have missed the marks of turning point and x. You'll find out sometimes, if you want to tell me the truth, you have sketch graphs where you have this, and there was nothing there. And then you do this. You have used the wrong step. That's why that is missing now. Then you know it's not correct. Then you erase and try to do funny shapes there. Okay, so that it helps you to. So guys, let's just do what is right and get the marks. All right. So sine x. What are we going to say? Sine mode what? Mode table. It doesn't, no, sorry. Mode 3. It doesn't matter if it's f of x. You know what your function you are dealing with, right? Sine alpha x equals to, what's your start? Negative 180 equals to, what's the end? 180 equals to step 90. Make sense? All right. Let's sort this out. All right. You want to give me your values quickly? Negative 180 and what? 0. I'm going to use blue. Negative 90 and negative 1. What else? 0 and 0. 90 and 1. Now, this is your traditional what? Graph. Now, with this one, already you can see your graph is turning there. If you want to add the other extra points, you are fine. For example, sine 30, I know sine 30 is what? 0,5. So it's okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Already, that's my general solution. We got 30. Make sense? Sine 60 is what? 0,866. That is that. That is that. 150, that. Just to make all your points come into play. This will be that, right? 866, negative 1, 866. What do you have there? Is that fine? I'm just filling in if you want to. Now. You like what? All right. We have our graph. Guys, check your point of intersection. When you are doing general solution, this was what you were looking for. Do you see this one as well? Can we go get this 150 from general solutions? I want you to understand your general solutions. Look at this. Let's go back to that general solution, right? Okay, we got 30, right? I want to follow this. We got 30 plus K180. Let me write it here. 30 plus K what? 180. We said K is an element of integers. You start by saying when K equals to 0. Okay, let me write it here. When K equals to 0, please substitute. What's your answer? 30. Make sense? Now, when K equals to 1, 210. We're just using our calculators, right? When K equals to negative 1, negative 150. That's the negative 150 we saw on the graph and the 30 we saw on the graph. Domain. Our domain. So the reason why we're not seeing the 220 is because our graph did not get to what? 220. Is it making sense? This is how you sketch your graph, guys. I wish I would have time to. Let's quickly answer all of this. All right. Write down the amplitude. Please, what is amplitude? It is the top minus bottom divided by what? 2. And your amplitude is always what? Positive. Which graph are we? Oh, by the way, I did something wrong. I didn't label. This is f of x. And this is what? Now, what are we looking for again? Amplitude. Top minus bottom. What is the top value? 1. What is the bottom value? Negative 1. So 1 top minus bottom. 1 minus minus 1 divided by 2. What would that give you? 1. Top minus bottom divided. So what is the amplitude? 1. What is the period? F of 2x. Can I quickly also summarize periods for you? How do we work around periods? All right, please look at this. When we talk about periods, for sine theta and cos theta, please, the period is always 360. So we said the period of our graph is 360 over k. But when it comes to tan theta, the period of the graph is 180 over k. Tan is always the half. It's 180. Okay? 180. Are we okay, everybody? So please take note of this small. We'll just continually help you. What are we looking for? Period of f of 2x. Which one is f again? Are you sure? All right. Our f of x is what? Cos x plus what? 30. Is that fine with you? Now the examiner says you should find what? The period of. Do you know what this examiner has simply done? My k is now what? 2. The coefficient. My k is what? 2. All right. So if I wanted to write it here, it would have been cos 2 into bracket x plus what? 30. We are graphs. That's what we're saying. Is that okay? So what is our k? K is what? 2. Can we find the period now? It's a cost graph, right? Oh, so it's now simple. What is my period? Period is 360 over 2, which is what? 180. Period only tells you the number of graphs that you have. Are we okay, everybody? 180. It can just be so much fun. All right, use the graph to determine for which values of x will we the gradient. Is that okay? All right, let's check this. We have a domain 90. All right, guys. Okay, can I 90 to what? 90. Let's go rule out that first. Our domain is negative what? 90 to positive 90. To positive what? Should be that. We're not looking anywhere else. Now, what's the question again? It says, is it f of x multiplied by what? G prime of x. Let's go deal with the signs. Which one is f again? All right. F of x. Let's use the pink color as well. What is f of x here? Positive. Because f of x high values. So it's positive, it is positive, it is positive. Oh, it's actually, okay, here it is now what? 0. And then it's what? Negative. Everybody okay there? All right. Then we have what? G x. Means what? Gradient. Let me use black for the gradient. Do you notice this graph is increasing? So my gradient is all what? Positive. Just use a pencil to do that. Now, what does the examiner want? F of x multiplied by what? G prime of x. We didn't check. Greater or less? You sure? Okay. Let's see. Where's the question again? Greater than. All right. Greater than 0. For it to be greater than 0, what are you looking for? It must be a positive, right? But how do you multiply two things? Positive and positive. Negative and negative. Okay, let's check. Are they both positive somewhere? Oh, right from here. Do you see? Okay. They are still both positive, right? They are still both positive. Until what? 60. That's when it changes. This one now becomes what? Negative. So it is between negative 90 and what? 60.
When we write it down, right, we'll say negative 90 is greater than or equal to
Negative 90. Okay, wait, we're going to sort that out. No, we're going to sort that equal to just now. Let's sort this one first. What do we have? 60. Right. But our domain, go back to your domain. Do you see your domain? Your domain starts from where? The question will always guide you now. It says 90 is inclusive. You've got to look at that. That's why I didn't want to answer you on the spot. Because if the examiner did this, then 90 is not inclusive. So I'm reluctant in answering. Inclusive. All right. So if I do this, it means 90 is not part of it. But now, examiner says 90 is part. So I then can answer my question and say what? Make sense? Good. It's not equal to, because once I put this here, my answer would be 0. Yes, because the examiner did not say greater than or equal to 0. They said greater than 0. 0 is not positive. So once I say greater than 0, my answer should be positive. 0 is not part of it. So at 60, do you notice the value here is what? 0. So 0 is not part of my solution. Done. Huh? Which part? Went back to my domain and we realized that the examiner is saying negative what? You see, there's a block bracket, which means your reading should start from 90, with 90 being part of it. And then, hold on. We shouldn't put 90. Let's check. We shouldn't put 90. What is the gradient here? It's the turning point. We shouldn't put 90. So, there's no equal to there, right? Thank God we came back to it. Because at this point, remember when something is at the turning point, gradient is equal to 0, calculus. All right? So, gradient here is equal to what? 0. But here, gradient becomes what? Positive. 90 is not inclusive as well. All right? I hope it makes sense now. Okay. We have just 10 minutes. Let's just take a closing activity. Please get me. Okay, all right. Quickly. General, or do you proof? There's one proof identity. All right, please. This you should not spend more than 10 minutes. Everybody. Quickly, guys. I don't want to do this for you. Please, I don't want to do this for you. Get as many marks that you can get from here. Please, guys, this is a point where you can quickly practice 8 marks. But if you are waiting for me to do it again, we're not helping each other. I won't be helping you. Just trying to make this one. All right, should still be done in that time frame, please. Guys, listen. All right, I'm going to do this now, and we don't have to wait. I'm not going to write. Just going to go through the whole question. Look, you're looking for. You are told it's a cyclic quadrilateral. And AF. Look, the first issue is reading. AF is equal to what? BF. You've got to come here and make that sign. Not making that sign. All right. Now that we have made what 2 is equal to what? B3. Look, it's very simple. You guys are just making things hectic. What are we looking for? A1. I told you to always trace the source of the angle. Now, if I look at A1, where does A1 come from? A1 comes from what? DC. Right? And the same DC goes to what? B2. So automatically this is what? 30 degrees. What's your reason? Angles in the same segment. We're done. 2 marks. We're looking for A2. All right. If I'm looking for A2, check. A2 comes from here, CB. And I notice that CB is a chord connected to what? A tangent. So I'm using what? 10 chord. What is that? 40 degrees. What's your 10 chord? What's the next one? C2. All right. C2. Now, where does C2 come from? C2 is here, right? Trace it back. It comes from what? DA. Are you there? Let me get a highlighter. C2 comes from what? DA. But DA goes somewhere else. This angle and that angle are. And if this side is equal to that side, so this angle here is equal to what? 40 degrees. Why? Angles opposite equal. Reading. So A2 is equal to B3. Angles opposite equal side. Then C2 is equal to what? B3. Angles in the same what? Segment. I'm sure this is 3 marks. Let's see. C2. There we go. You had to do some extra work. What's the next one? E. E is now very easy. Sum of angles in a triangle. You have 40 plus 40 plus 40, 120. Plus 30, 150. Minus 180, 30. Angles in a triangle. We're done. It hurts. Why? If you keep working with what I told you, trace the source and describe the nature of the line, you always get this. We'll do more of this tomorrow. Let me answer Bibi's question. One more, the last question for the day. It's a proof, and we can try it as well. Bibi, I sure you copied this question correctly. All right. Negative 2 sine squared x plus cos x plus 1 over 1 minus cos 540 minus x. We are told to prove that it's equal to 2 cos x minus 1. Prove that. Okay, generally we know that we start from the complex side. And proving, identify all the identities. Okay, let's check something. Identify all the identities here. I have negative 2 sine. Can I rearrange something here quickly? Yes. If we rearrange, okay, no, it's not going to help.
If we take sine 2x and replace it with 1 minus cos.
Okay, let's try to make everything of the same what? Trig ratio. All right? And when you make it of trig ratio, please don't bring in cos 2x and cos x. It doesn't help. Cos 2x and cos x. It doesn't really help. Having those two in the same, because in your head you are thinking you are going to subtract cos 2x minus cos x to give you cos x. Let me write what I'm. You see this doesn't help. It's not cos x, because your brain tries to do that quickly. So please, it doesn't help. So let's try to bring. Okay, do you notice our answer doesn't have any sign? So let's change all signs to what? To cos. Now, can I go back? Please look at this. What is sine squared x? Remember sine squared x plus cos squared x equals to what? 1. So what is sine squared x? 1 minus cos squared x. Are we okay there? Okay, so that is what I am going to start with and see where it takes us. So, minus 2, I'm starting from the left-hand side. What is my sine squared x? 1 minus cos squared x. Are we fine there? Plus cos x plus 1 over 1. Can we reduce that? This cos 540. Okay, all of those 180. Can we just... All right, cos 540 minus 1, right? I know it's a negative. That's the first thing I'm looking for, all right? Don't forget there's a first negative there, right? Yeah. So I know there's another negative, okay? Quickly, you can subtract what? 360 from it, if that's what you want to do. So many ways of getting this done. All right, let's go through. Cos 540 minus x, let's reduce it. This 540 is bigger than what? 360. So what do we say? Cos 540 minus what? 360. Is that fine with you? What is 540 minus 360? 180. So it's cos 180. And where are we? I am in the second. I'm in the second quadrant, right? And cos is negative. So what's my answer? Negative cos x. And that was the negative I had there. All right? Cos what? X. Please, let's put it in bracket. Let's take it step by step. No. Okay. We're not doing magic. Is that okay? Let's take it step by step. What do we have? Negative 2 plus 2 cos squared x. Are we there? Plus what? Cos x plus 1 over. What do we have? 1 plus cos x. Can we simplify the top? What are we going to have? 2 cos squared x plus cos x. What is 1 minus 2? Minus 1. Over what? 1 plus cos x. Do you notice it's a trinomial on top there? Can we factorize? Okay, let's factorize. Do we all know how to factorize? Those of you that like using quadratic. Okay, I just had to go there. All right, let's do this. 2k squared plus what? K minus 1, right? If you use my method, what would you have? K squared plus k minus 2. I have multiplied that. Now, can we factorize quickly? K, what do we have? 2 and 1. But I want positive there, so positive and. Remember, I multiplied by 2, so I need to divide by 2. What do you have? K plus 1 and 2k minus 1. What is your k, by the way? What is your k? Cos. So what do we have? Equals 2. Can we open 2 brackets? What do we have? Cos x plus 1, which is k there. And what? 2 cos x minus 1. Everything divided by what? 1 plus cos x. Do you notice that that can then divide because we're multiplying? What do you have? 2 cos x minus 1. Proven. Identify the identities. Try to make sure they are of the same trig ratio and just enjoy. No, you don't write proven. Huh? You need to factorize. You can't. What happens to the... You have to factorize. It's not that... Let me show you use quadratic. You just walk backwards. Yes. Okay. If I want to use quadratic, don't let me discard your quadratic. So someone's saying, oh, I don't understand what you did there. Oh, my God. It's very easy. Listen, we are solving for cos x, right? Okay. Cos x would be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of what? B squared minus 4ac over what? 2a. Are you there? Now, what is my, let's do this together quickly. What is my b? 1. Plus or minus 1 squared minus 4. What is my a? 2. What is my c? Negative 1. Over what? 2 multiplied by, please quickly get me answers. Equals to 1. Or cos x equals to what? Can we confirm? Negative 1 and or 1 over 2. Check. I have done this. Please look at what I'm going to do. I am going to make sure both are equal to what? 0. Bring this here. What do you have? Cos x plus 1 equals to 0. First, can I multiply by 2? What do you have? 2 cos x equals to 1. Then 2 cos x minus 1 equals, those are your factors. That's in the bracket. Cos x plus 1, 2 cos x minus 1. So you just work backwards, make sure it's equal to 0, and those becomes your factors. Trinomial. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are we okay? It was quite a productive session from my side. Did quite a few important things. All right. What you can do is, we did start. Tomorrow I'm going to focus more. I'm going to do analytical Euclidean. You just move around and start again. Okay. We just need to agree on when the class would be.